Hey squad, how's it going? It's Stealth. We're back with another video today, and today guys, I have some brand new details on all of the mobs and NPCs that will be in Hytale, which looks to be dozens. Like, if you guys think Minecraft has a lot of mobs, think again, because Hytale is about to have probably triple the amount of mobs in the game, and we have some brand new details to go over. So if you guys have been really interested in this new game called Hytale, if you're just curious and you want to know more, I have a lot of new information to provide for you guys, and it's going to be very fun and interesting. So hopefully you guys do enjoy today's video. Let me know what your thoughts are so far on Hytale. What type of animals would you guys like to see added into the game, as well as weapons. It looks like the customization for weapons is going to be really awesome. And don't forget to hashtag StealthArmy as well, because I will be liking and favoriting some of the best comments in today's video. So with that said, let's kick it off with this really nice article that can be found on Hytale.com. I will have a link in the description for those of you who want to check it out. But it goes over a lot of small details, a lot of really interesting things about the NPCs in Hytale. So let's get started. In Hytale, NPC factions form societies with their own culture, habits, block set, and role to play in the story. First, let's get to know some of Hytale's friendlier inhabitants, Kweebecs, who will become some of your earliest allies. Let's take a look at an example of Kweebecs at home. The screenshot below shows several aspects of the Kweebec block set, as well as the various stages of the Kweebec life cycle, from sprouting seedlings to autumnal elders. This life cycle is an important part of the story of the Kweebecs. As they age, they grow slower and slower until they stop moving completely, release a burst of energy, and become much more like the trees they resemble. Now that's really cool. When an elderly Kweebec adopts this new form, their seeds fall to the ground and form the basis of the next generation. Young Kweebecs never get to meet their parents. Instead, they learn about their history from tree singers. These are elders who tend to these young seedlings as they take their first steps into the world. This isn't just a story that you'll read about, it's an important part of how Kweebecs operate in the game. Now, before we continue guys, this is what I call a story-driven game. Clearly, the developers put a lot of thought process into each and every single NPC, the mobs, the animals in the game, why they're doing what they're doing, and how it's going to affect everybody else. And the attention to detail is just simply amazing. You can clearly tell they're putting a lot of effort into every single NPC. But let's continue. Chorks make for formidable enemies and come in many shapes and sizes. Hytale's NPCs are modular, and this means that we can create lots of variations of the same basic creature. In the concept art above, you can see several different chork classes, from eagle-eyed sentries to powerful chieftains. Each of these chork types have a different pattern of behavior, and this is reflected in the way they look and act in-game. So, like, that just goes on further to show you how much detail and how much, emphasis they're putting on every single NPC. This is just really cool and interesting. When you rush into battle against a band of chorks, you'll want to pay attention to all of the different types of foe you're facing. We're using chorks as an example here, but lots of Hytale's NPC factions work this way. There are also lots of different subtypes to discover. With in-game scripting and Hytale Model Maker, you'll be able to create or customize your own NPC variations too. Animals are one of the key ways that we're creating a sense of interactivity in the world of Hytale. You'll have lots of opportunities to hunt, domesticate, and raise animals yourself. But we're working on a system that allows animals to interact with each other in an interesting way too. These saber-toothed tigers hunt in packs, prowling through the undergrowth to get the drops on prey animals. Understanding this behavior is very important if you want to hunt them yourself or just stay out of their way. Whether wild or domestic, we've tried to ensure that animals behave intuitively. Little chicks will follow a mother hen, for example, and grown chickens will jealously guard their eggs, except to get pecked if you steal one from a chicken that isn't familiar with you. If you create a safe environment for chickens, a coop for example, then you're more likely to be able to gather eggs without fuss. Now that clearly shows you that animals instantly have personality in this game, which is something that Minecraft is just now getting to. After how many years? 9, 10 years. Minecraft is now just getting to animals having personality. The panda is the most recent mob to sort of do that, and they're already starting off this way, and that's just wonderful. But let's continue. There are lots of these interactions to discover as you explore, and each of them, we hope, makes the world feel that little bit more alive. Now, we're going to finish with the last segment here, which focuses on monsters, and just by the trailer alone, we see a ton of monsters, at least 10 different types of monsters in this trailer alone, so clearly, there's going to be a huge emphasis on, fighting monsters, going on adventures, bosses and dungeons, and I'm seriously just ready for the challenge, but here we go. Alongside the wide roster of characters and creatures to discover in Hytale's open sandbox, we're also implementing a set of hand-designed boss encounters and combat challenges. These work slightly differently to the creatures you'll encounter elsewhere. Each is designed for a specific environment and takes planning to defeat. Boss encounters are intended to add depth to the game, whether you're playing solo or taking them on with a group of friends. This is very important right here, and this answers an extremely important question, which is this something that you need to do co-op with friends or a group of people, or can you just go the solo route and grind out the game and eventually fight the boss by yourself? And it looks like you can approach the game however you want. So if you decide you want to play with friends or randoms or just play solo, you can do that however you want, which is great because some days I just feel like playing by myself. I just feel like playing single player. And then other days I just want to, play with my friends, play with some randoms, maybe some subscribers. So this is just great, and I'm glad we can play however we want to play. It usually won't be enough to simply show up with strong armor and a weapon that does loads of damage. You're gonna have to learn how each monster operates in order to overcome them. We want these encounters to be a surprise, so we're going to avoid spoiling too many of them before you get a chance to play the game for yourself. Needless to say, there are worse things than giant spiders lurking in the Hytale's deepest depths. I hate spiders so much. That's not all. We're going to be providing much more info on Hytale's NPCs in the future. For now, we'll leave you with a glimpse at some more of the critters that you'll encounter on your journey. So here we have some more animals, some more mobs, and like I mentioned earlier, guys, Hytale is putting a tremendous focus and emphasis on the world, which includes the animals, the mobs, the NPCs, the bosses, the enemies that live in it. They are a part of the story. They are what drives this adventure forward, which is why they're putting so much time into these animals, into these creatures, and I can already feel the amount of work they put in, because every single mob in the game is going to act differently depending on the situation, depending on their environment and the other NPCs that are around it. So this is just going to be amazing. I'm seriously hyped for Hytale. I do want to mention one thing, because we did see dragons toward the end of the trailer. So I'm really curious how dragons are going to be in this game. Are they just going to be purely hostile, or will we actually have tameable dragons? I'd love to see that, as well as some rare items, some weapons. It looks like some of these bosses will have some items that they drop, or items that we can maybe be able to possess after we defeat them. So I'm hoping we get some legendary weapons, some legendary items after we defeat a boss. But let me know down below in the comment section, how do you guys feel about the NPCs so far? What are some animals or some creatures you guys would like to see introduced in Hytale that we haven't seen so far in the trailer and in this article? And let me know if you actually watched the entire video. It was a ton of information, but like I said, Hytale is just pure hype. A lot of people are really excited about this game, so I felt like I needed to share all this info with you guys. But hopefully you did enjoy. Leave a like, notification squad, y'all are the goats, and I'll catch you all in the next video. So take care. Peace.
Get ready for the next battle.